All right, so we're gonna have to make this very quick. So I'm gonna probably battle the guy in very um, chase very soon. So um, I'm gonna so far well in DBL we are like currently 10-1, but I think right now we pretty much just qualify for a bye spot. So unless something drastic happens, I don't think we'll be knocked down too much. So yeah. Right now, we are battling against Chase, our Cbrangames of the Oklahoma City Thundurus. And so far, I'm looking at his team, and he has a very well balanced team. If you ask me, even for like a double city, it's more like a single, but it works definitely. Like it definitely works because I think currently right now he's like 4-1 or 4 and something. I don't know, but like right now, let me just review the team. He has a Garchomp, potential Mega Garchomp, Celesteela, Milotic, Venusaur, Mega Venusaur, Motomage, Weavile, Machamp, Mega Bennett, like Alakazam, Florges. So there are a lot of scary mons. I think the one thing that stands out to me the most is the Mega Venusaur, Rotom, and the Milotic Celesteela core. That's a very defensive. Florges can also be put in there, but it's really like his team is really far. I think if played well, he could play a very defensive game, and I kind of don't want that. So, so I think especially like the Celesteela. So I brought like 5 Pokemon that resist most of Celesteela's moves and just deal with it very well. So regarding this game, I kind of went for the gimmick. So I only thought of this team for like maybe like one day. It was like I think I thought of this team as early as like early July or like late July. I'm not so sure, but um, but you'll see where the gimmick is. So yeah, so we're bringing rain with all 3 of our water types, so you can see that. That's kind of funny if you ask me. Um, we have Thunder or not Thunder, sorry, Zapdos here with Equoberry, static, just to ensure that, just to make it so that any of its Pokemon that we contact with it get paralyzed. And we also have Thunder, just to ensure that something gets paralyzed, unless it's Garchomp or something else. So, yeah, both being covered with HPIs, Light Screen and Roost. Thunder is really good because like it ensures that I get the Oko into a Celesteela or a 2-shot of Celesteela. If it's like anything but a 2-shot, it's especially defensive or with AV or something along those lines, or it has a special defense increase. I don't know. So this Zapdos set is pretty much designed to support the team with the light screen. So like HPIs is there just mainly for the Chomp, and I really didn't know what else I would build it, but having Thunder is just fun, just to spam around like his team because like again, some of his mons, if they get paralyzed with Thunder, it's gonna ensure that some of my mons here outspeed them. So yeah. Next we have Politoed, the Toad. So with the Guaberry, it's pretty much the same set I brought like probably last week, probably different EV spread. I'm not so sure exactly what the EV spread does, but I probably just increases HP and special defense. I made it to where like I think Rotom can't kill me with like a Thunderbolt or something like that. That's a certain offensive Rotom. I forgot exactly what it is, but yeah, or Rotomage. So we have Scald. Pretty much Scald is there just to burn stuff. Like Garchomp, Weavile would be prime targets for the burn. I don't know about like maybe Machamp. Maybe it'll have Milgard. Hopefully, it doesn't have Guts. Scald is really just good just to ensure the burn on stuff flow. And I'm pretty much emphasizing this because like there's some setup options I really want to have. Well, obviously we have Gyarados, but you're gonna see some stuff. Encore is there mostly to trap Pokemon into stuff, into a certain move. This is really useful for like things like Celesteela, who loves to protect stall. And yeah, it'd be nice to just to Encore stuff, and it's very useful against this defensive modes team. Lastly, we have Helping Hand just to boost our attack for any of these 4 mons we have here, including Zapdos. So Ponytail. It's a bit of the same set we brought, but it's really cool. But yeah, so coming in at its third appearance in the game, in the series, is we have Kingdra. But we have a different Kingdra. We have a Z Dragonium Z Outrage Kingdra. Or maybe an Outrage, or whatever they're calling it. But so Kingdra here is physically offensive this week with Adam Nature and Dragon Dance, so Waterfall and Outrage are its only moves. So to explain this, I really need Kingdra to I want Kingdra to set up to at least +1 or +2, and in Rain, the thing is, with specs, you give Kingdra specs, it's not gonna error anything else. It can't two-shot some things like Celesteela or Milotic, Venusaur, with its coverage options, because you can't really boost its special attack as much without using something like Critdra or specs or something like that. Or even then, it's not going to do negligible damage, and they could just recover it off passively. So. Waterfall, the reason why I brought Waterfall is because, not only do I increase the power in Rain, if I get the boost with Dragon Dance, it would just knock out some Pokemon like Weavile, Florges. It does a lot of Florges at +1 Rain, and if I get the Public Battle boost, I wouldn't be surprised if it knocks it out. So, if I get the +1, my plan is to just go for the Z Outrage on one of his Mons, whether it be Milotic, Venusaur, or Rotom. Those are my Green Prime targets. Z Outrage is pretty much as my nuke. It allows me to knock out one of his Mons, and that'll just ensure the game for me. So Outrage again boosts my speed and attack, whatever. So and that's the way I protect. So that's pretty much important. Then we have Gyarados, the Papa Berry, Waterfall, Bounce, Dragon Dance, Protect. Pretty much the same thing as Kingdra, but I think more health and more utility with the Intimidate. So that way we get set up better. So with the Rain, Waterfall's not going to do a lot already, but especially if it's Adam Nature. But with the Dragon Dance boost, especially at +2, it's going to do a ton to most, if not all, of his team. The only reason why I brought Bounce in this game was because Bounce is just there to hit with Venusaur. Everything else is just So I'm pretty certain that Waterfall will certainly do a kill like Celesteela, especially in Rain. And yeah, so now you notice that these two have Dragon Dance. I mean, you're probably wondering, yeah, you have no redirection. Yeah, I didn't want to bring some Pokemon there. I kind of wanted to go all out hyper offense. So, so you see these Pokemon have Dragon Dance, right? So I thought about giving certain Pokemon a way to set up. So what I did was I gave Metagross and Terrakion Psycho. So Metagross is going to be our Mega, so that will explain it. We have only enough speed to outspeed the Garchomp, but the thing is, with the Psycho, we just outspeed Garchomp. So. And the thing about this set is that this is pretty much an all attacking set because most of my Pokemon already have Protect and Roost, so I want Metagross to be very offensive as possible and just hit everything. So Zen Headbutt just hits the Venusaur, Mega Venusaur, because I don't want to deal with that at all. And it just fares well. Thunder Punch is there mostly for the Celesteela and the Milotic. So yeah. Lastly, we have Bullet Punch just to pick off things. In case they're low HP, so Weavile. I think Weavile is a roll to get it, to get the kill, but if it's below 90%, it's gonna ensure the knockout, so yeah, unless he has something like Berry or whatever. So now we'll talk about Psychup. Psychup, the thing with Psychup is that it's a very, very powerful, on the right hand side, I think it allows me to set up Metagross and have pretty much +1 speed, +1 attack, or whatever, +2 speed, +1. It copies the stats of any Pokemon I choose. Let's say Kingdra or Gyarados. If I get the +1 into those two, Metagross, I pretty much win. I'm not gonna lie, but it's just pretty much that way. And if Metagross is like healthy, it's pretty much GG because like Gara and Meta is just gonna, and Kindred will just plow through most of his team and just, yeah. I really don't see like him having a response for this set. And then lastly, we have Terrakion. Pretty much the same thing. I think this is like the only Pokemon I was kind of close to bringing like the Mag Murder, but like I didn't at the last minute because I just felt like, wait, Fire type in the rain. Why would I have that? So yeah. So it's pretty much standard set, except Agua Berry and for a Psycho strat, so just help blemish myself for HP purposes. So yeah, I guess that's the team. Like, hope you guys like this team. So yeah, I'll get onto the battle in a bit. So see ya. All right, so we're back. So this is game 1 of our match against Chase. So this is gonna be an interesting fight, given there are some Pokemon that I didn't expect him to bring at all. So like the Florges and the Banette, I kind of expected like those like the Weavile, Garchomp, Venusaur, and the Rotom, but seeing Banette and the Florges really threw me off because it's like one of those things where I just don't know what does he have in store, because the fact that I see Banette is like, okay, either that thing is Scarfed or Mega, or Venusaur is something I don't even know what it is. So, in terms of leads, I don't know, because I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna go with the Zapdos Politoed because it's probably my best lead against him. Just to cancel out the rain of the just get my weather going, and yeah, so we'll get onto the battle. So we lead out with Zapdos and Politoed, as goes to Corolla, the Florges, as well as the Venusaur. So this is already a very, I guess you could say, bad lead against me, but I decided this is probably the best time to send in my Metagross, especially if I can get it in onto the because both these mons and just start to do chip damage. Like, he did a good job like predicting this, but here I decided I have to protect Politoed just to get the rain back up. So I go into Metagross to like be able to take any of these hits. He goes for the Sleep Powder, and I'm like already suspicious that he might be faster than me. So yeah, this might be a fast Venusaur. And just the Sunny Day pretty much confirms that suspicion, because now I realize, oh, that's why this is a Chlorophyll Venusaur. So I'm very much worried about losing Metagross here, because like I don't want this thing to go down, because I want this thing for Venusaur for sure, as well as just pick up things like the Mega Florges. So here I decided to switch out and go into Politoed, because it's like my best switch against these two, just to remove the rain. He goes for the Vertex, surprisingly. He goes for the Flush Bomb to get some chip damage. Here I set up the Light Screen, and it's pretty much like, I pretty much got some leverage going with me, so I got Light Screen and I got my rain back up, so that's good. I debated about whether I want to switch back into Metagross or so, and I wanted to recover with Zapdos or Roost. So here I decide I'm going to go back into the Metagross and attempt to Mega Evolve. Unfortunately here you see he does put me to sleep, and I really wish that I stayed in with Politoed, because I would have been able to prevent Metagross from going to sleep. But here he gets a crit and a special attack drop, so pretty much I'm back to where I was. And this is really bad, because now Zapdos is like kind of at -1 and it's at very low HP. So he goes into Rotom, and I think he's trying to take advantage of this situation. So I am forced to take a first turn of sleep here, and I kind of have to Roost, because that crit kind of like set me back in the special attack. He goes for the Sunny Day, and there was just nothing to do. Here I'm kind of forced to make a very simple play. Go into Politoed. And yeah, he goes for Volt Switch. Doesn't do much damage to my Politoed, especially defensive. and I think he's gonna take the time to switch back into Venusaur. And here I go for the Thunder. I was in desperation play. I just decided, you know what, I'm just gonna go for Paralysis. But here he goes to the Moonblast. My Zapdos again. I do have Light Screen up, so these guns, this is probably the reason why Volt Switch didn't do that much. So I switched Polyfill back to Metagross just to take a Sludge Bomb. But as you'll see, Sludge Bomb just poisons me. He targets into the Zapdos, and Zapdos is pretty much. I tried to go for the Paralysis onto the Venusaur, but to my dismay, I don't get it. So he activates my Aqua Berry. So, but at this point, I realized this is not since Zapdos is doing not much damage. So yeah, here I decide, you know what, I might as well just go for the Roost or the Light Screen. I forgot what move I went for. So he goes for the Giga Drain just to get some HP back, but then again, Life Orb's kind of doing residual damage, so yeah. Here I go for the Light Screen again just to like set it up again for the future turn, so yeah. Here I decide, you know what, I might as well just risk my Gyarados and just go and just to get some damage with the Garchomp with the HP Ice. It won't kill, but if it at least can do a kill, that's nice. He goes for the Protect with Venusaur, that really helps me out, as like I'm able to like get, of course, Garchomp reveals Rock Slide, so yeah, he gets me there. But the HP Ice just pretty much gets me in a good position to where like Waterfall just knocks him out. So yeah, I decide here this is like my best chance to, well, I'm forced to sack, but I have to like protect Gyarados because at this point I don't know what to do. So this is my best chance to get Metagross in for free. So I go for the HP Ice again in case he misses. I kind of wanted to get Zapdos like out of here because like, or wanted to let it faint because like it's pretty much done its job in a way. So here I go into Metagross. I do have a Light Screen turn, and I decide to go for Dragon Dance. Unfortunately, I'm asleep again. Sludge Bomb does a lot to my Gyarados, and the Moonblast, it doesn't knock me out at all. So thankfully with the Light Screen, I'm able to take those hits, and I get to +1, so that's really good. I still have one more turn to take advantage, so I decided to go for another Dragon Dance. And here I decide, you know what, I'm gonna go for the Zen, and I knock out the Venusaur. So now I'm a +2 Gyarados, ready to sweep. But as you can see, this Moonblast doesn't do much, so I'm in a really good position to with this Gyarados. However, if there's a Pokemon that could really beat me, it's the Weavile. So especially with the Fake Out Ice Shark combination. So here I decide to bait out the Fake Out, and I go for the Protect with the Metagross, and I go for Bullet Punch just to get some damage onto Cleaver, the Weavile. He goes for Knockoff on Metagross, predicts that. He goes for double prediction there. He barely doesn't knock out Metagross, and that's huge because Metagross is able to live that. And at this point, I decide, you know what, I'm going to go after the Florges with Waterfall, and I'm going to go for the BP. But unfortunately, I'm not able to get the Garchomp. I'm not able to knock out Garchomp. Garchomp's going to knock me out with Rough Skin indirectly, so here I go for the Waterfall and knock out the Florges. I think it might have been a roll there, but I'm not so sure. So now he goes to the Weavile, and he has Ice into my Terrakion, so at this point I decide, you know what, I have to do the same play again, so I'm going to Protect and hope he doesn't have something like Low Kick, like a Dragon Claw, just knock out Terrak. So he goes for Fake Out, he goes for the Rock Slide, and I notice he's Scarfed. So I think at this point this pretty much confirms to me that that's a flinch. So the fact that he's Scarfed is really interesting because now I'm just like, yeah, I have to knock out the Garchomp because if this like thing lives for any longer. So here he actually goes for the Knockoff, which is very questionable if you ask me, because I just get a boost with Justified, and yeah, I just go after the Garchomp because I was faster. +2 should outspeed the Scarf. His last two mons are Zuko the Rotom and the Vaynet, and I'm like, alright, so I could just knock out Rotom with a Rock Slide, because I have +1 Tracheon, so I just go immediately after the Banette here, so, and Rotom just knocks me out, and yeah, so Rotom knocks out the Gyarados, but Rock Slide should just be enough to knock out the Rotom, so yeah, like, that's pretty much it. So that was a very interesting game from my end, but and both our ends, well, since he brought some very interesting tech, like the Chlorophyll, Sunny Day, Venusaur, and Florges, respectively, the Banette. He brought, I think in the area, and I noticed that he had double Scarf on Garchomp and the Rotom, and that was very interesting. And Banana, I think he was trying to attack with it, but I wasn't so sure like what to do there, because if he had Destiny Bonded, I was just like, you know what, I'm fine with that, because I could just knock out, because like either way, if I just knock out the Banette, it's gonna be a Kingdra and Politoed versus Rotom, and Rotom can't beat both of them, since one is Scarf, two Kingdra will outspeed Rotom for sure in rain. So yeah, it was a very interesting game. So Draken was able to clean up somewhat towards the end. So I'll see, but we'll see if Chase manages to pull this out, and we get like a sweep. So this is game 2, and here I'm pretty much like, I kind of want to go up aggressive against him, because like when I mean aggressive, I mean like I just want to go aggressive in terms of offense, and because that's pretty much what I did in CIL finals. So I decided, but in order to do that first, I kind of want to like get some mods to position, like get the Light Screen up or get the Intimidate with Gyarados. So I think that was my best leading the Zapdos Gyara, so that way I could ensure that like my mods could actually set up. So yeah, so we'll hit play. He goes into Rotom and I'd say the Venusaur or Weavile as I go into the Zapdos and the Gyarados. Now I'm gonna pause here because I make a very, very, very aggressive play, because that's how I am. So I get Weavile as -1, so it's gonna be at 2/3 of its attack power. So, and Rotom is already scarfed. So in this situation, I'm not so sure what to do, because I know he's gonna knock out my Gyarados if I stay in, because I can't stay in with Gyarados at all. So, and Zapdos, I kinda don't want to stay in because I don't want to risk him double targeting it with Ice Shard plus Icicle Crash plus Thunderbolt. So here I decide, you know what, I have these two in the back, so I might as well just go for them. So I go out into Kingdra on my Gyarados slot, and I go into Politoed just to set up the ring. So as you'll see, he goes to fake out the Politoed, he goes for Thunderbolt onto the Kingdra. So here I go for the Protect, just to get just to scout out what he's gonna do. Goes for Thunderbolt, kind of confirms also a Scarf. So he goes for Knockoff, knocks out my Berry. That's fine. I go for the Skull, trying to get a burn, and if I get the burn on the Weavile, I pretty much get set up, or just go off on the offense. So here I just make a very, very aggressive play. I could just go for my Z move, and with Z Dragon Rage, oh my god, I keep saying that. Z Outrage, and go for Devastating Drake. I knock out the Rotom right there, and Weavile goes for Knockoff, but Knockoff doesn't do damn much, because obviously like what is it? What else is the name? Z moves and Z crystals and Mega Stones don't like equate to the damage to be like -7 like percent or 97 like damage. instead of like the 65, so that's really helpful. So Kingdra is still alive. Now he goes to Garchomp, and this is pretty much like instead of going to Florence, he's going for the Garchomp, and I'm like, I'm probably in a really fantastic position because I kind of want to have him. I want to sack Kingdra in a sense because at this point Kingdra's at low HP, but I outspeed Weavile and Garchomp, and I decide, you know what? My best play is just to go for Outrage because if I get, and also go for the Intimidate with Gyarados, because if I manage to live and I still keep outraging things, like Kingdra can just pretty much clean his team. And once I get the attack drop, and if Garchomp gets like, Garchomp's scarfed, so the attack drop will just ensure that Garchomp's will be doing less damage, and Weavile is also going to be at -2, so we're like half its each the attack damage output. So it also puts me in a good position to where Gyarados can actually set up. So I go for that play. I go for Whiskers here, and here I just go for the outrage, and I go into Garchomp, and that's huge because that's probably my most ideal slot. Weavile would have been okay just because I would have just like doubled it right then. Goes for the Ice Whip Crash. I'm okay with that trade because now Metagross is gonna pretty much like go ham here. So in this situation, I'm not so sure what to do because Weavile is at -2, so he's not a threat to Metagross anymore, given that I'm a Mega. And Gyarados could still, even if I don't set up, I'm still boosting the rain, so that's really fantastic. So here I decide, you know what, I'm gonna go for the Bullet Punch to bypass any prankster shenanigans. I'm definitely gonna outspeed him. So here he goes for the Protect on the Weavile, and I'm not so sure why he does that. So I go for the Bullet Punch and I go for the Waterfall, and I knock out the Banette. Pretty much how it happened last game. So at this point, the game is kind of over. I'm not gonna lie, because Metagross is just gonna be able to pick off Florges and Venusaur. All I have to do is just ensure that either Florges goes down or Venusaur just dies, because once Venusaur dies, everything else can just, the rest is history. So Weavile is pretty much forced. It's still at -2, and I still have a Gyarados with the Papa Berry, and I still have Terrakion with a Papa Berry. I still have the Zapdos with the Papa Berry. Well, I still have 3 Pokemon with like 50% berries and a Metagross. Politoed can be there, used for like contouring stuff towards the end game. So yeah, here at this point, I decided to just Dragon Dance with the Gyara. I don't like Bullet Punch. I go for the Zen Headbutt, but I missed. And this could be one of those things where like that just like could put it back into the game. But not unfortunate, but like fortunately for me, he doesn't go for the offense or the Sleep Powder. So here, like I go for the Waterfall, just knock out the Gyara, just in case like he switched out the Florges. And here I go for Zen Headbutt just on the Venusaur, because I hopefully like that just does what we need. So now the last Pokemon he has is the Florges, and here I just decide, you know, I'm going to Bullet Punch, see how much it does, and I'm just going to go for the Waterfall. So yeah, good game to chase. So that was a very how to say, like the very last few turns was very like it was at this point it was kind of a sweep. So I haven't had like a game ending like that in a while, since like maybe like my game against I forgot who, but like I think it was Nav. But yeah, like that was a very commanding victory. So regarding the record wise, we are now we're technically 6-0 because of we're accounting record, right? Like sets, like this has sets. But in terms of like overall battles, we are 10-1 since but we're 6-0 now, so in our division, and we pretty much guarantee a bye for the round for the playoffs. So that'd be cool. So but I feel like we're likely gonna battle chase again. I could sense it already. So Metagross did a really good job between the other. Gyarados was really good. I think the MVP of this game is definitely Gyarados. Like Gyarados got like I think 3 kills. Not 3 kills. I think got 3 kills each game. So it's now like my most killingest mon, or my it has like 14 kills for the season. So followed by I think Zapdos with like no I think it's like Metagross like 12, Zapdos at 11, Gengar with no Gengar has like 11 or something 12 I don't know, but so pretty much in terms of like offense like Gyarados has like the most kills on my team. Then it's like Metagross, or then Zapdos, then Gengar, and finally Terrakion. So those 5 Pokemon have been really amazing this season, especially Terrakion. Terrakion was able to pick up the slack late game towards the end. So Zapdos holding the line in the early games. I think we brought Zapdos most of our games so far, like I think week 4. But yeah, Zapdos is a really good pick. Metagross, even though I pretty much intended to use Metagross as my Mega, but like Mega Gengar was probably too good to pass up as well. Thought the option of having it. So in terms of Pokemon, I think also I finally pulled off like something I wanted to do with League in a while, which was use a physical Kingdra. That was a very, very like that. I think the Z outrage is pretty much determined, like, or was very important and influencing the game, because for sure I knocked out the Rotom or anything else that's not named Florges, and that just put a hole or a huge dent on his team. And then also knocking out the Garchomp was really good as well. So I don't know like what else to say, because like really. This video is already like way too long than it is, so I probably might split this up or something. I don't know, or I don't know. Like I think the explanations are kind of long, but like but yeah. So yeah, this is already gonna be a 50-minute video, and it's gonna be like a kind of a semi-pitch to like to render. So I'll see what I'll do. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.